Hi folks, I thought I'd show you how I went about building the mountains at the back. Some time ago I sketched this for my Woodville art challenge scene to help me establish some layout and composition and a story. And so for the background I went for this mountain range to help establish depth and some better sense of scale, and also use this as part of the composition to help guide your eye towards the important part, and to have sufficient control inside Houdini and be able to iterate a few times over the composition before I continued on to shading and rendering. I thought I'd use height fields. So here's what I have. I have some geometry which is then fed into a height field mask by object to generate a mask, and then that mask controls the distribution of the noise, and that's a 3x3 kilometer patch. I thought that's more or less to scale and realistic, plausible. I have 5 points, and then a circle, and then it's a very standard Houdini approach. Just copy the geometry to points and set a random variation by using the p-scale attribute, which is created by a pointer angle onto the points. I wanted to have manual control over each point because I wanted to be able to manually tweak the kind of like the contribution of each point to the height field. And so in a very crude way, I hooked each a point by point number to a slider which controlled its p-scale. And so what I ended up with is one place where at the same time I had procedural variation with an uniform slider for the overall scale, as well as a min and max for the procedural variation, for the randomization, and then individual manual control over each one on top of that. And so that's what makes this background mountain range very directable, and be able to iterate a few times and tweak each part of the mountain range to, well, help establish a composition. And lastly, as I said, that's a very crude way. It's a very crude approach. It's definitely not the best way to do it, and I don't think it's possible to do that in Vex alone, because ideally you'd like to generate the user interface automatically for each incoming point, and I don't think it's possible alone in Vex, and that's where Python comes in. And I gave it a try, and I did not succeed any further than the first iteration. So if any of you knows Python better, it'd be great to see an implementation of a script which generates your user interface automatically for a fully procedural control mixed with manual tweakability for a very directable height field. Okay, awesome. Thanks.